shit happens. But as everyone else knows, there's like stuff's been going on in the world in this drama sphere that we have here, and I don't know. I got opinions. Okay, freedom of speech. That's what everyone uses, right? That's um what it is. And before we get into it, I know people are gonna say that I'm just going for views or I'm just in it for the money. So what I'm doing is I'm not even gonna monetize that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take away that weapon from them so they can't say that I'm here like just doing it for attention or anything like this. Because if I did, I'd be going live every single time, every single day, multiple times a day, trying to squeeze, $2 or $3 out. Um, I don't need that. Like that's literally pennies in the sofa cushion for me. Like, why am I gonna put in all that effort for just $3 for a video? No, so I'd rather do a video when it's needed or when I have time. And I finally got time today. I was gonna do a video yesterday, but stuff happened. Give me 1 second here. Boom, ba ba boom. That sounds pretty cool. I think you might have had a different name in the past, but I do remember that picture there. So, hey Kim, how you doing, Kim? I haven't talked to you in a while. Hope everything is well. So yeah, apparently no one could talk about this, even though everyone likes using the excuse, not the excuse, but likes using freedom of speech, even though they bastardize. And I'm not talking about a specific person here, because a lot of people are guilty of just screaming freedom of speech as if that's enough to just get away with whatever you're saying. No, what they're doing is they're basically just spitting on people in countries that do not have freedom of speech, who are getting killed for sticking up for normal rights and stuff like that. So I really dislike when they'll go ahead and call someone, a name, or they'll, verbally attack someone, and they'll just go, oh, it's freedom of speech. Well, yes, we do have freedom of speech here in this country, but we do not have freedom of consequences. And that's a big thing that I don't think a lot of people understand, or maybe they're not intelligent enough to comprehend what the use of freedom of speech is. Yes, you could say what you want, but you still have to answer the consequences if you're using it improperly, or if you're kind of abusing it, which I think everyone is. Because with freedom of speech, we have a social responsibility. Um, we need to believe in, just because you can say something doesn't mean you should. That's because as much as everyone likes using it, everyone will use it like till they turn blue in the face, because they think it's gonna protect them. They're gonna go to court and think it's gonna protect them and their actions and stuff like that. Okay. If people have freedom of speech, like let's use Ophelia here as an example, and I'm not bashing her or anything. Stating fact based on what I've seen, it's freedom of speech. If she is such a huge believer in freedom of speech, why can't she talk about what happened in court? Why can't she say anything about the court order or anything like that? If you really believe in freedom of speech and believe, I almost knocked out my little statue. If you really believe in freedom of speech and you believe you could say whatever you want without any repercussions, because if you yell freedom of speech, that's a get out of jail free card or anything, talk about it. I know a lot of people want to know. I'm gonna put you there, buddy. I'll find somewhere on the shelf for him later. And although we have freedom of speech, there's legal limitations to where, I don't know, if you use freedom of speech to incite violence, hate speech, basically interfere with anyone's personal safety, that's not freedom of speech. It's freedom of speech as in you could say it, but it doesn't mean you could get away with it. You're still gonna have to answer to it. Just as if someone were to say like, oh, well, I'm going to shoot someone in the head next time I see them in front of their house watering their plants or whatever like that. Like, I could say it, but if they wanted to come after me, yes, that's infringing on someone's safety. That's putting someone in a state where they don't feel safe, and I would have to answer to it. I could yell freedom of speech all I want, but the fact is I'm still causing pain. I'm still causing someone some kind of pain, and I think that's a little bit what people don't understand. Either they're stupid and they don't understand, or they're just plain stupid. Oh, I only play stupid online. Okay, I could definitely pick up these things here. Um, so yeah, I kind of wanted to kind of go a little bit on that. If you didn't come in before, I'm turned off monetization on this, so they can't say that, oh, he's doing it for attention, he's doing it for views. I don't really care. If if you live your life working for $3 a day, take it, monetize, do what you got to do. I mean, I'm not gonna brag, but like, I mean, $3, that's not even a quarter of hour at work for me. So like, I could go ahead and I could just go clock in and do this, and that's what I've actually been doing. I've been clocking in and watching, like, trying to catch up on this because it's hard when Ophelia's live, Haim is live, Lowe's live, Velda's live. There's other people that are live, and it's kind of hard. So I might ask for a little bit of help on that because the timeline is all over the place, especially when people go live at the exact same time. Um, Perfect there. It means I'm free to speak as I will. However, my speech harms another person unfairly, then I'm responsible for what that harm does, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, everyone has a right to an opinion. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch. You don't have to. Um, Maybe you don't have to watch. You don't have to listen. You don't have to watch whatever screen snippets are sent to you by friends. I mean, if they're doing that just to get a rise out of you, you need to really consider if those are friends or just someone who wants to watch you get all riled up and use it as a form of entertainment. Because that's what I believe a lot of this is. A lot of this is just to, you know, let's see how pissed off this person can get because they're going to go wild and stuff. I don't need that. We don't do that here. Okay, I don't go and do loud yelling. I could cuss. I don't have any problem to cuss. Stupid fuck, slut, bitch, whatever you want to say, I could say because I'm not monetizing, so I don't care. Um, so it's not an issue with that. It's not that I'm a Boy Scout or anything. It's just that I think what do you call it? Well mannered to where don't feel like I have to add that, sprinkle those kinds of words into my everyday vocabulary because it's not needed. You could, sound smarter without it. Um, what else? What else was I gonna do? I should have written a note, but I was busy all day, and usually I like write down like little bullet points, so it's gonna be a little bit all over the place. Um, I think earlier this week I talked about friendship, and friendship is basically no one's been friends in all this. I don't believe there's been any really friendships. I think it's just been, what could I use person A for? Like, what could I get out of this person? Okay, this person does a little bit of dirty work for me. Okay, I'm going to keep them in my circle. What does this person do? Oh, they have, a pretty good amount of money. So I am going to use them. I'm going to call them my friend. I'm going to, text them every now and then, check in with them, keep up appearances because the more attention I give them, the more money they're going to give me. So, okay, so person A does my dirty work. Person B gives me some money when I need to. A person C has information on someone that I don't like, so I'm going to keep them pretty close to. And that's how it is on all fucking sides. That's how it is everywhere, to where it's, who's messaging me right now? Oh. So yeah, it's once I could squeeze enough, like what I need out of this person, let's toss them to the side. This person's, instead of giving me $25 a week, they're only giving me like $1 or $2. You know what? Fuck them. I'm gonna find a new friend. This person's not willing to do this because shit's getting scary and police are on us. So you know what? Let's cut that person off. And that's pretty much what it is. Like, if you have to pay for your friendship, if you have to do some kind of service for friendship, that is not friendship. There's no loyalty in that because everyone could just turn. Man, why are people messaging me now? It's fucking delicious. There's been an increase in people, I guess, switching sides, and that's kind of why I stopped talking to a lot of people. Like, I cut a lot of people off. Everyone knows I like blocked Frank. I stopped talking to Jaime. He got a little upset when he called into the show and I was asking him about the money situation, because I have a general theory on what that whole issue is, and everyone knows how I feel about, like, if you're doing this, you should be doing it for fun, not for, money. Because once you start doing it for money, that's when it stops being fun, and that's when you need to keep it up. You need to keep it up. Like, I need to keep entertaining these people. I need to keep putting on these costumes. I need to keep doing these voices. I need to keep doing these skits, and it really doesn't become fun. Like, this is fun right now. Like, I'm just kicking back. I just had dinner. I have my Dutch bros, and I'm just talking to you all. And I'm not making any money off of it, and I having a good time. I'm not even worried about the how many people are watching, how many people are interacting. I don't need you all to share it. I don't need you to. I don't even need you to like it. I don't need you to subscribe. We're just here to pass on opinions, and that's what it is. And if I'm getting anything wrong, if I feel like, if anyone feels that speaking out of place, or I got a little bit of information wrong, you're more than welcome to just let me know. I'm not perfect. I'm not the smartest person in the room. I'm not the knower of all, an absolute. If I get anything wrong, you can let me know. I'm not gonna block you. I'm not gonna put you in the jail or anything like that. If we're here to talk, we're here to talk. What's up, Liz? um so the court order, if some people can't talk about it, I could talk about it, because someone actually sent it to me. um where's that court order? Because there's a lot of interesting things. Because okay, here's what we're gonna get into. If you sign a court order, which I've had to before, because I sued some guy. If you sign a court order, you're basically agreeing to everything that is above your signature, and you are saying that, yes, this is true, I agree with it. Because if you didn't, and you had a shark of a lawyer, they would go and they would renegotiate terms, they would go ahead and change some things that were incorrect. But if you sign it, that means you're like, okay, you got me, we're good, this is true, let's sign this and be done with it. If you want to take that back, like after time has come out, after the receipts have come out and stuff like that, if you want to take it back and say that that wasn't true or that didn't happen, it's one of two things. And you can't really say it's a third. It's either, let me change this song real quick, hold on. It's one of two things. Either you admit it and you signed it as an admission of guilt and that you agreed to the terms, or you had no idea what you were signing, you did not understand, and you were too embarrassed to ask for an explanation, so you just willingly signed it away and screwed it. Like, screwed the pooch. One of those situations. Either you agreed, or you weren't smart enough to understand what they were saying and you blindly signed a legal court document. I don't think there's like any room for any of the other ones, like any other option. Because I thought about it, I was like, okay, if I was in this situation, what could I give? Like, what could I say? So let me see what I got here. See if this opens up, because I have people like sending me like a bunch of stuff right now. But yeah, aside from that, how is everyone doing while I wait for this? Because I think Jaime did it. He read some of this stuff, but I was like, it made no sense to me. Maybe that was just me, but I was like, no, it wasn't done correctly. It was more of a look at me situation. Where the hell is it? I swear I hate this phone. I actually dropped my phone and cracked the shit out of it today. I got a new one coming in tomorrow. Okay. So it says this. On November 6th of 2023, the court heard this case. Applicant Maria Roser, I didn't even know that was her first name. That's shocking to me. That's new to me. I'm learning shit as we're going along, so let's keep it going. She appeared in person through the attorney of record, Rick Salinas, announced today. Respondent Ofelia Moreno appeared in person through her attorney of record, the Honorable Daniel Mora, and announced ready. So, break it down. They both appeared on November 6th with their attorneys. Each one had one. And according to their attorneys, both the applicant and respondent said they were ready to proceed with court. Nothing else was needed. The attorney said, let's go on, let's get this over with. Jury was waived, and all questions in fact of law were referred to the court. So it wasn't a jury trial. Judge had like say in all this. And this is what the court found. The court finds that the parties have agreed to the following terms and conditions for the full and final settlement of this case. So this is after everything was heard, after everyone who needed to be put on stand was put on stand and questioned, and the judge heard everything, and he was like, okay, let's go ahead and, let's do this and have everyone sign it. Everyone agree to it. Everyone take either responsibility or admittance to what happened, and let's see what the terms are. Where am I? Term 1. The parties agree to the permanent mutual injunction. So by signing this document, they're agreeing to it, which is what I've said. So how do you get the order? I didn't get it. It was given to me. Okay, I'm a lucky SOB. So the agreement was made. Or 2. The parties are hereby enjoined from posting, texting, or otherwise disseminating any pictures, text, or videos making derogatory remarks against the other party, but not limited to remarks or characterizations such as backstabbing, bitch, etc. on any social media platforms or website. This includes the parties, their agents, servants, spouses, relatives, or anyone acting on their behalf of the parties in the case. So basically, I tried asking Rosa. Rosa said that she couldn't tell me anything, which kind of pissed me off. But Rosa, we're still cool. I'm not, I'm not a hater or anything like that. But after getting this from someone else, I was like, oh, okay. I guess I know why she cut me off and stopped responding to my messages. So basically, neither person is able to talk about each other. And by it saying agents, servants, spouses, relatives, or anyone else acting on their behalf, that means basically anyone on their side can't really go ahead and badmouth the other person. Number 3. Yeah, we're on 3. The parties are further enjoined from addressing the result or outcome of this case on social media directly or through agents, servants, spouses, relatives, or anyone else acting on behalf. So they can't talk about it, they can't mention it, and they can't give this information to somebody else and let them talk about it or go with it or anything like that. Okay, number 4. Any violation of this injunction, the parties reserve the right to proceed with a protective order. Okay. Number 5. This is a good one. This is a good one, and this is the one that would keep my mouth shut. If I was in this situation and someone came after me and put me in this situation, I would forget everything. I would forget this person even existed. I would move on with my life and thank God that more charges weren't put on me, that I wasn't put in prison, that I wasn't put like with even more fines. This is what would have kept my mouth shut. Number 5, there will be up to a $5,000 sanction for each party for whom the court finds has violated this injunction. So this isn't just, oh, you went and did, a 15 hours worth of videos talking about this one person, talking about the court case. Here's $5,000. No, it's $5,000 per injunction. At least that's what I take it as, because I think that would be a much stronger case of keeping all this hush, keeping all this quiet. So let's see. But the court has to find it. It can't really be like, oh, here's a screenshot Boom, fine. It doesn't work like that. Like the judge has to look over it and decide, like he has final say in it. Like in the court of public opinion, which is what we all have here online, that's more of a like, oh, okay, let's find this person. Let's, what is it, tar and feather, the way they used to do it back in the old days. Let's tar and feather this person for mentioning it, or for doing the secret chat, or for giving this information so someone could go talk about them and stuff like that. No, as much as we all have our opinions, that's not the way the court system works. We're actually very lucky that it doesn't work that way, or a lot of people would have been hung a long time ago. Now, number 6. Oh yeah, my Dutch Rose cup. It is a double hand blended orange creamsicle with pomegranate, and I was gonna get it with cream, but I forgot. But yeah, oh, I love Dutch Bros. They always send me stuff. Oh shit! Hold on. I'm still here. There we go. I accidentally hit my toggle here. All right, now we got our next one. Neither party will tag the parties and or attorneys involved in this case specifically to the page Snakes and Backstabbers. Okay. Snakes and Backstabbers. I don't feel there's I'm so conflicted with Snakes and Backstabbers, as I'm conflicted with Medusa and all those other pages and stuff like that. Because in a way, they're allowed to, but they're still riling people up, and that's where people are getting upset. Like, I don't know. We'll talk about those pages a little bit later, but it just says specifically that page. It doesn't say only that page. So, like, if any other pages, like if a new one comes up tomorrow and it's called, Peacock Pride. I've always liked that one. That's one that I was like, man, like that's, I don't know why no one's come up with that one. Like Peacock Pride really shows like unionson. Comes out. Let's say that page starts tomorrow, and they decide to drop screenshots of this or something like that. That still interferes with what this is, because it doesn't say, it says not limited to, so it could be used on other pages as well, even like new ones that come up after this court order was made. And number 7, both parties are specifically enjoined from making any comments regarding each other and or family members through agents, servants, and all relatives of both parties. So, I mean, comments can't even be made, which that kind of sucks. It kind of sucks that you have to be told by a court how to act and like what you can't say. That goes back to being in the principal's office in elementary school. Damn it, hold up, it's coming. Okay, maybe it's not. Luckily for me, I have multiple cameras. Let me just get my other camera in here. Where is it? Come on. Okay. So I guess we'll just have it like this. Okay, so back to what I was saying. It's kind of messed up that in this kind of situation, I don't know, you kind of have to be told like, hey, don't talk about this person. Like, if this person really doesn't have anything to do with you, like, why don't you just drop it? I know it'd be real crazy if someone just broke into my house right now and like came after me and like, the camera's off, like it was a planned attack. I really don't know what happened. That sucks. That's because I have 2 cameras and both of them are really jacked up right now. All right, but don't worry. I'm not going to go ahead and I'm not gonna beg for one. I got it. I got you. Don't worry. Um, so that's the court order. I was gonna show you that it was in fact signed. It's not, feel like I'm setting up my props. No, I don't need props. I'm not a clown here, okay? I don't need to dress up or do all these things, okay? I'm a different kind of entertainer. I'm not the clown type. I'm just the one that likes to talk. Okay, think of me as, what the hell happened? Okay, as long as my mic is still working, then we're good. Okay, we'll just do it this way because I don't want my camera to come on and I'm like, messing with my hair, picking my nose or anything like that. I don't want y'all to see that from me. There's these anonymous pages, snakes and steps snakes and backstabbers have posted me before. I really didn't see any sense because one, it didn't bother me, so I was able to move on, and then two, they're allowed to. As much as people are upset at the fact that people are posting certain things and people are lying about being in certain groups and stuff like that, um, you could use that whole freedom of speech argument, even though like it does for some people cause more of an emotional trauma. Jaime and other people have been put through it way more than me, so I guess that's why I can't really just give a final say and this is what should be done or anything like that because I might be put through the ringer now. I might, just put myself on their in their crosshairs, but okay, that's cool. I could deal with it. I don't, it's people who can't really defend themselves. And I said this like a long time ago when um the whole issue with Annette's mom and with Ophelia's mom being used as weapons and all this, I immediately said that was fucked up. Like that's when I immediately knew like I want no part in this. That's why I never brought it up. That's why I never, behind the scenes, yes, I had talked to people who were using that and joking around about that. I was like, hey, I have my own personal reasons why I don't think that's cool. I don't think it's funny. I don't even think it belongs anywhere here. So don't even talk about it. And I was like, it's gonna happen to you one day, or someone's gonna bring up someone that you care about who passed. And oh, you scared me, Ruby. I thought I was here talking to my lizard that I have here with me. And I said, like, karma does exist, and I wouldn't want to be saying and doing things like that. And then when it happens to me, they think it's, open season to like give me payback and stuff like that. No, like I think I have as much as people might not think about it, I think I'm a little bit morally grounded to where I don't have to go that low if I want to get to somebody. So unfortunately, when it happened to Frank's father, like that was like open season on him. And just like I thought it was messed up when they did it, when he did it to others, it was messed up that others wanted to do it and do payback. Like, why are you going to go after someone who can't really defend themselves? Like, why are you going to go after someone's pet, someone's child, someone's family member who wasn't even involved, who has no idea what's even going on, but yet they're being used as ammunition in this drama war? I don't know, that's pretty low, but it also shows you the type of person to use something like that. And y'all could, hang out with whoever you want, talk to whoever you want, but that's when I know I don't want to be like a friend or an associate to this person. Yeah, I'll talk to them if they need anything. I'll not gonna be an asshole and like be like, I don't like you. You're gonna be my enemy. And that's what a lot of people in this whole thing do. As soon as one person sees a difference in opinions, you're an enemy for life. Oh, you talk to this person I don't like, well, fuck you, I'm not going to be your friend anymore, and I'm going to go after you. Again, that's that childish behavior. That's someone who can't deal with rejection. And yeah, it's hard to know who's your friend, because is this person recording my conversations? Is this person screenshotting every word that we send back and forth to each other? Is this person telling someone else everything I'm telling them? I think that's why I like having a close circle. Like, my closest friends have no idea what's going on with this drama because I don't need to include them in this. I told them about like the Vanessa videos in the past, and they're like, "Oh, okay, well, you do." Like that's we have nothing to do with it. I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm just letting you know like what I'm working on," and I don't know. And it also shows the type of person to just be flipping on people. Like this is where I got I'm now gun to my head, despite the fact that you can't see me on camera. I do not have a gun to my head. I think it is pretty treacherous, pretty dirty, pretty nasty for someone to pretend to be a friend. But then as soon as things don't really go their way, they're all like, you know what? I know who pisses you off, so I'm gonna go be this person's friend. I'm gonna go jump over here and become friends with them and piss you off. Like, is that really needed? Like, if you really don't like the person, can't you just decide, like, hey, we don't need to talk anymore? Like, that's it. I'm not gonna go, you don't need to really go and become a co-host to somebody else just for, I guess, the views, the subscribers, the feeding into this drama, like fueling it more. Like, I don't think you really want to stop. And I told someone this earlier this week who was asking, because my inbox is always open, so anyone could always just drop me all like, questions or insults, whatever you want. The inbox is there for a reason. I'm not gonna, hate you for it. I was talking to someone and I said, to be honest, I don't think anyone wants this to end. I don't think anyone wants this person to stop talking about them. Like, I don't think Jaime wants everything to just stop. I don't think Ophelia wants everything to just stop. They've attempted. I'm gonna give them credit to that. They've attempted to stop. But then when you see how the numbers are decreasing in subscribers, in views, in comments, basically any kind of interaction with the channel because the drama is not there, that's when the switch comes back on. And I had told Jaime had called me sometime in January. And I told him, I was all like, when the drama picks up, because this was when everyone was doing like that paid subscriber, I'm gonna call it a scam, that whole paid subscriber thing. I told him, I was like, okay, everything's calm now. How are your numbers? I was like, everyone's numbers are going down. I told him there's a website where you could see the percentage of like views going down versus the previous 30 days, and you can see what's going down, what's going up, so you can kind of tweak to see what you need to work on. I told him, I was like, everyone's numbers are going down 60%, 70%. The drama's going to pick up again. It's going to pick up at least within a month, and it did. I was like, what are you going to do? Are you going to be the bigger person and continue doing your own thing, or are you going to go feed into it, start it all up again just to get everyone back into this? He told me he was going to try and do like that. He was working on other things. It's like, good. If that's what you're really going to do, go for it. No problem. Like, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just asking you because I'm curious, because I knew it was going to come. And I think everyone else did too. Then stuff started happening. I think like 1 week after that conversation, I think that's when Veldo went to go make a video with Jaime. That's when it was when Anna and Jaime started doing videos together or talking to each other. And it started all up. And if you base your success on how many people watch your video, that's really not a level of success. If it is, I'm the least successful, and it doesn't bother me because there's so much more to life than sitting in front of a computer to watch numbers go up. Right now, I'm looking right now, 68 viewers. Cool. If I had 2 viewers, I would be talking the exact same way. I'm not going to go and, clown myself out, whore myself out in front of a camera to try and get more viewers or anything like that. I'll go ahead and base it that probably 40 of those viewers are here just to, see what I'm saying, to write about me or anything like that. That's cool. They're able to. Victor, you're always lying for views. Me? I mean, I'm a liar, but I don't really lie for views. So I said, like, okay, this is probably going to happen. And, do you have a plan? Do you have a contingency plan or anything like that? And it went, because I feel that Once the drama stops, that's it. Like, the money's gone because everyone has clearly seen it. I've seen it, and I am a damn prime example that once I stop talking about the drama, the views go down. Doesn't bother me. I talk about other things in between, and like every now and then, like today, I'll be like, "Oh, let's see what's going on with the drama. Like, let's just peek in." It doesn't have to be an everyday thing. This is like what, an every month thing, every other month. Uh, Lola, I don't know if that's an insult or anything. No emotion. I'm not some kind of android or anything like that. I do have a little bit of emotion. I broke my Lego set the other week and cried for about an hour. But all these people saying, "Oh, we have this information. We're gonna go get this person arrested. We're gonna go get this person arrested." If there is anything worth getting anyone arrested for, they would be arrested. But no, when you start a video saying this person's going down, this person's getting arrested, we're gonna get this person, that's gonna get you people watching. They're like, okay, what the hell's going on? What's happening? So no, and it's a big thing when this just shows my opinion here. This just shows the fact that you go and tell to the public, oh, this person's going to get arrested, this person's going down, we got so much dirt on this person, we got screenshots. You're just giving your enemy the opportunity to build a defense, to go ahead and get away with anything that they might be doing, he or she. And one, that makes you look like an idiot, and then two, that just shows that you're not really wanting to do anything because you would be working behind the scenes. You wouldn't be bragging about every little crumb of information that you give out. um just like with RJ, she caught wind of things, she handled things on her own, went in, I think it was for a day, and then walked out. Smart, I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Smart on handling it that way. But by bringing all this information, giving people warnings, giving people a heads up, this gives everyone the opportunity to either go build their defense, go get their story straight, gives them time to get rid of evidence, gives them time to go to the police to try and beat you to the punch, because obviously you haven't gone to the police because you're here bragging about it, so it's not a done deal. Go to their attorney, start saying what's going on, and then try and get a case saying that you're being harassed and you're being threatened and all this. So you can see how there's a lot of things that are happening because no one can either keep their mouth shut or they just want to keep the drama going. Because it's real easy for example, Jaime to say, "Oh, I got this on Ophelia. She's gonna be arrested by tomorrow. There's arrests coming in. There's arrests on the horizon." And then Ophelia's gonna go and defend herself on her video immediately after. People are gonna want to know what's going on, so both of y'all are gonna get views. That's the way it works. That's how it's been happening. And yeah, who wants to get arrested for YouTube views? Who wants to be an idiot and create a story, create a narrative? Because a lot of these narratives are very skewed and mainly just for the views. But who wants to do all this to get arrested? I mean, I'd rather just say my simple opinions without threatening people, without going after people, without harassing people, without creating scenes to it's not worth it to get arrested for me. And I'm sorry if you feel that you're fighting for justice. I said this, there's nothing about justice. Like, this has nothing to do with fighting for justice. Okay, it's fighting for pride, it's fighting for ego, and it's fighting just to piss somebody off. Investigate the subjects yourself. Don't trust anyone's research but your own. And that's what I like doing. People will give me information. Like, people have given me like real crazy information, and I'm all like, okay. Some stuff I've ran with, and I realized, a day or two afterwards, like, hey, that was some BS information. I needed to dig a little bit deeper. So like that way, this week, like when I've been given like screenshots and all these things, I'm like, okay, I could post them. Tammy's doing a really good job of like posting everything. I don't know if we had the same source or not, but like Tammy's more into that world. Like, she knows more people, so I'm like, okay, she's covering this. I don't need to ride the coattails. I don't need to do double posting because she's got everything handled there. So, Tammy, that's, I'm not coming after you. I'm not coming from your brand, Tammy. I'm not coming for your brand. I'm just saying, like, there's really no need. Like, if someone who's more knowledgeable about the situation, Tammy, has all the information and is already posting it, Tammy, there's no need for me to go ahead and do double backs. I could go ahead and say my opinion on, like, okay, it's kind of incriminating for you to be in a page, in a group chat called Backstabbers with people who are accused of writing for backstabbers, but like you say you're not in it. You're saying it's a coincidence. You're, defending yourself, saying like, no, it's just a clever name. Like, it has nothing to do with the thing that we're all accused of already doing. Like, it's a little, wink, wink kind of thing. No, like, it really isn't. And you could leave groups, but all you have to do is have a law enforcement agency fill out a form. I forgot what it's called because I had to do this when I was with McAllen PD, but you could basically fill out a form request to Facebook, and they will give you like whatever your request is. Like, if you want to say, I want to know anyone who participated in this chat between this date and this date, even if they left the chat. On Facebook, they have it's now Meta, so I'm going to call it Meta. Meta has the power to go and see anyone who had left, who had joined in with that chat, who had been a part of it, if they want. It doesn't matter if you leave the chat and then delete any evidence of you being there, if you cut off any association with that group or anything like that. It's there. They're also able to determine who posts what, any drafts, they could do a lot of stuff. Like, it's crazy. If regular people had access to this information, I feel like throats would be slit. Like, I feel like people would go crazy digging up this information. Hey, Cecilia, you never invited me to your live. What's up? I'm like right around the corner from you, and you don't even invite me anymore. So I see how it is. What about when they have all the proof and they don't follow through, so the saga continues? That's what it is. If they had proof, or they have proof and they don't want to show it, it's because they want the show to go on. Because if it doesn't, those little $3 a day is going to be $0 a day. And as it is, I don't know how people could survive on $3 a day. I think that's why they rely on donate to my Cash App, join my subscriber, have my monthly fee and stuff like that. That's all. I don't know. I feel like cutting yards would make you way more money than sitting in like a room by yourself, recording a video every single day, trying to squeeze pennies together. That's just my opinion. There's so many other ways to make money. Here's a free example for you all. If y'all want to do it, go ahead. I'm really into power washing. You could rent a power washer from Home Depot for $80 a day, $80 for 24 hours. You could go to businesses, churches, schools, gas stations. They pay for people to power wash them. And you'd make probably about $40 to $50 a business there. So it's just pure profit. All you have to do is do 2 businesses and you make a profit for the day. That's work. Like, that's smart and easy, simple work. I've thought about doing it, but I don't trust myself with a power washer. I cut myself when I power washed my pavement one time, so I don't think I'm allowed. I probably have my sign in Home Depot saying don't rent to this guy because he does stupid things with power washers. But hey, if you want an easy hustle, an easy home hustle to get some money quick and easy, go rent a power washer. You just need to put the down payment, and you get that back when you're done paying for it. I worry more about some of the mental illnesses. Yeah, I've touched a lot on mental illness. I'm not an expert. I've just done a lot of readings and studies, and I'm basically like an armchair psychiatrist. Yeah, my camera's still not working. That pisses me off. That's okay. I'm gonna go buy a new one. It's gonna piss off the wife, but I'm gonna come home with like a more expensive and bigger camera just so I can use it for once a month. Why work when you could beg? Yeah, but can you really be proud of that kind of lifestyle? I couldn't. There's been times where I've had to borrow money from like my dad or borrow from somebody, and it's the most gut wrenching feeling to know that you owe somebody money because you couldn't handle your own business yourself, even if it's really big. Like, even if it's something I know that's completely out of my control to where I need to borrow, like, hey, lend me a grand, lend me 2 grand, I'll pay you back in a month, which I do. I don't, have any debts, but I couldn't. Like, borrowing, $5 for the week. Like, there's a time where I did ask. There's one time where I asked and shared my Cash App because it was an issue with my bank. I wasn't gonna have any money until that got resolved, and people came through, and I thanked them for it. But if you don't think I felt worthless, if you don't think I felt like a loser, if you don't think I felt like the smallest thing for having to ask for a couple of dollars to get me through the week, you'd be wrong because I felt horrible. Even as it came in, every time I had to thank somebody, every time I had to send a message like, "Hey, you helped me out so much. Like, you helped me and my family out so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Like, if you ever need anything, I got you." I don't know how people could do that daily. I I feel like I don't know if I had to do that again. I hope I never have to, but if I ever had to do that again, I would probably try and find every alternative, sell every item I had, sold like the shirt off my back, just so I don't have to go and beg y'all for money. This could be a job if you have solid content, but is it really solid content when it's the same argument for the every single day that's been going on for the same what four? We're going on 4 years already. The only thing that's changed is the names of people. Like, new people come in, people leave, but it's still the same thing, especially when it's the same argument being repeated throughout the entirety of a video. Like, I had my opinion on freedom of speech versus the freedom of consequences. I said that really quick. I didn't drag that on for a fucking hour. I went over the court order, said that, moved on, didn't have to stretch it for a whole hour. A lot of these people will be all like, okay, this person said this about me, so let me badmouth the shit out of them for the next hour. No, because day two comes around, and hey, you had some great ideas while you were in the shower, so I'm gonna go ahead and do another video and still insult the same person because people liked it, and I got, $2 for this. So, fuck it, that's not needed. That's stupid. That's stupid behavior. If you need a, you know go be a stripper, go be like go be a beggar on the side of the street, because at least there you do something different every day, and it's not you relaxing comfortably. At least you work a little bit, get a little bit out in the sun, do a little bit of work, get a little bit of sweat, versus being comfortable in your house trying to figure out, how am I going to get people to give me money today? That's just me. um so many people don't think like you do, and I think that's why I'm on the outside. It's either I cut them off or they cut me off, because we don't have the same, I don't know, you want to call it mentality, morality, whatever it is, to where I see things a certain way. Anatomy used to talk almost every day, like way back then, and it was never about the drama. It was, you know, I would go on like food runs, and at Trader Joe's, she told me she was a fan of Trader Joe's. Like, oh yeah, like I picked up this, and I would post like Trader Joe hauls and stuff like that. And it was, normal. That was a normal conversation. You don't have to be talking constantly about the drama, constantly plotting how you're gonna get back at somebody, constantly coming up with a schedule of, oh, post this about this person on this day, post this about this person on this day, post this. I know it's not really true, but I know it pisses them off that we say this about them, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. If that's your life, I think that's a life wasted. Not ashamed to say it. I think that's a life wasted if all you do is think about how to hurt somebody else, how to get to somebody else, so you can laugh about it in the end. And this isn't about a specific person. This is pretty much everyone who is so heavily involved in the drama that they could recite people's cash apps just as quick as they could recite their people's names. You shouldn't be known by your cash app. And I'm going to say that because we all know it's true. We all know it's true that I don't know it. But I know people who could immediately tell me what Jaime's Cash App is, what Ophelia's Cash App is. And is that right? My wife doesn't know my Cash App. My friends don't know my Cash App. Like, why does that have to be part of the conversation to where you know it just as well as their name, just as well as their phone number, just as well as their birthday? Like, hey, here's the Cash App because I need to send it to you because I need to pay my dividends for our friendship, or else you're going to stop talking to me, or you're going to stop giving me shout outs in your video because I'm not sending you Cash App this week. That's not a friendship. That's not a bond. That's not anything. What that is a parasite who's using you for money. Hey, devoted crafter, I haven't seen you in a while. Oh my gosh. I agree with you. I took Spanish 1, Spanish 2, Spanish pre-AP, and Spanish AP, and I had to take those tests. Worked retail, worked with law enforcement, worked so many places where you need to be bilingual. I don't know how I got by. I do not know how I got by because I have such a difficult time. Maybe I could understand it because I have grandparents that speak solely Spanish. So if I wanted those $10 when I was a kid to go buy, a snow cone or a burger after I went to go visit my grandparents, I needed to kind of learn quick. But it's more of a speaking thing. I have issues with my speech when I was a kid, so that's like why. So like I really can't, speak it. There are no victims. You can't call yourself a victim if you participate in this and then cry victim because someone got one over on you, because someone who could insult you better than you could insult them, so you want to cry victim. That's not how it works. Basically, by calling yourself a victim, that's you waving the white flag saying they got me or they got to me. So I want it to stop because it's not going my way. That's the way I see it. Parasitic relationship. What is that one? I did parasocial relationship. That's a really interesting topic. If you're ever into, I've done like 2 videos on this. If you're ever into like psychiatry and stuff, parasocial relationship is when people are admire or they just gravitate towards like a certain content creator or an actor or a singer, and they become not obsessive, but they are convinced that they are actually friends with this person, that this person knows who they are. Like who's someone I admire? Let me look around my room. Okay, I'm a huge fan of the band My Chemical Romance. Can name all the band members and stuff like that. It would be a parasocial relationship if I was convinced that just because I knew the lead singer's name, Gerard Way, just because I knew the fact of where he grew up, what plays he was in high school, like if I knew all that information, stuff about his grandparents, and believed because I have that information that I am friends with him, or convinced myself that, hey, if we ever met, I'm sure we would be best friends. That's a parasocial relationship because I'm 1 in a billion to him. Like, he doesn't know my name. He's never seen me. He knows nothing about me. I am like a grain of sand on a beach to him. But if you flip it around, I know a lot about him, and it's only one way. That's how a lot of these content creators go to where, yeah, they'll call people, their best friend or my buddy and have nicknames for them and stuff. But they're just a faceless profile. Like, they really don't know them. They might speak, offline and stuff like that, but it's not a real relationship. They only know them because, like, hey, I like watching you on YouTube. I watch your content. Let me send you this money here. That's a parasocial relationship, and it's kind of it's like a parasite, because then the person starts becoming dependent on this person, giving them attention, giving them money, giving them like all this stuff, and they're gonna want to keep it going. So they'll keep, hey, like, let's go have a taco, or let's go, let's go have a lunch, or let's take a trip together and stuff like that. It's not for, oh, we're gonna be best friends and stuff. No, it's because they feel that person kind of distancing themselves, and they don't want that distance because that means less money, less attention. Because it's not a huge portion of it is money, but a big portion of it is attention. They need to build their egos. They need someone to praise them. They need someone to say you're so smart, you are so beautiful, you are so great at this, you are this. And that kind of builds into the ego. So that way, when people start insulting them, they take huge, like, it's like a critical hit, because on one side they have their fan base that's always praising them and giving them all this information, and for a separate fan base to start bashing them, that's where feelings get hurt. And hey, if you're going to be in this kind of business, you can't have feelings like that, because once you start having feelings, that's when you start losing, and a lot of people have been losing for a long time. Okay, Jaime, we already got into this. Even saying, I'm not gonna, I am gonna get into it. Fuck it, I'm gonna get into it. You could scream and say it till you're blue in the face. No one is obligated. But when you start throwing out that I need this and I need this and this happened and this bill came up, no one's obligated. Well, then why are you throwing it out there for everyone and building this kind of energy to, like, everyone's thinking, oh my God, like someone needs to help them. And then when you get upset when people aren't sending you the amount you need, or when you're getting upset because no one's sending you anything, and then you just build even more hostile atmosphere because you're saying no one wants to help, because that you went and got yourself arrested for everybody. I don't remember any single person saying, hey, Jaime, go do this and get arrested because I think it's going to be a really good video. I don't think that could be used as an excuse. La La Land with me, where are you? I'm sorry, I don't see it. You could go ahead and put it again and I'll look for it. The topic's pretty much, I mean, I think it's over. If people want to continue this topic, I'll see if I can do it tomorrow. All my dogs gonna get groomed tomorrow, so that's gonna take a big portion of my day, which sucks. I need to wake up early for that. Uh, the topic was pretty much all over the place. We talked a little bit about how people misuse and bastardize the idea of freedom of speech because they think they could use it without consequences, and think that, it's a get out of jail free pass if you just yell in court, hey, that was freedom of speech, I'm allowed to say that. Yeah, you're allowed to say it, but you're also allowed to get punished for it. Okay. Just like when I was growing up, I was told if I want to say bad words in the house, I could say bad words in the house, but I gotta suffer, the punishment when I have, a hand coming across my face or a belt across my ass. I'm using freedom of speech, but I still got to answer for what I did. Then we talked a little bit about the court order. Then we talked a little bit about how a lot of friendships are used and abused, and it's under the guise of what could I get out of you versus friendships. Yeah, and I really do wish I could do more videos. There's times where something's going on and I'm like, you know what, let me make a video real quick, but then it becomes just repetitive when you see me and hear me all the time, and I think it gets kind of boring. So that's why I do it like every once in a while. Like when there's stuff to talk about, it's fine to do a video. It's just my opinion. Crazy how far COVID entertainment has come. Yes. When this started with like Frank covering Vanessa like daily, I know that was like, I think I got into it like in June of the pandemic year, June of 2020, because me and my wife had traded in our cars and we were each getting a new car. So, you spend forever at the dealership when it's one car alone. So can you imagine two cars? And so we were there all day from like open. So even after they closed, but like I was just in the corner, like watching, like I was sitting down in the chair, like waiting for, how they run that paper back, like that paper forms like back and forth like 100 times. So you come to an agreement. Well, I was like, I don't mind. I'm not bored. I'm entertained here because of this drama. Who would have thought years down the road we would still be talking about this? Just, we're on what, season 2 or season 4? Who knows? But I'm going to go ahead and end it. It's kind of late and I need to take my computer apart to find out why my drive isn't working for my camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you all go. You all have a good time. Share, don't share, comment, don't comment. It's all the same to me. I turned off monetization because it's not about the money, it's about sending the message. I'll see you